Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an update on this 2024 election cycle. Seemingly at this point, daily Biden and the campaign coming out with like offers to people trying to buy votes. Yesterday, talking to black people, and they've seen the internal polls. Even CNN came out with a poll, Trump performing about 12 to 13% better with the African American vote, which would kill Biden. And now they're doing a bunch of stuff. This is just one of many things. Biden-Harris campaign on the new report that Trump used the N-word and discriminated against black Americans on The Apprentice. And this is a similar thing they did to Joe Rogan. They dig stuff up when you were like 5 years old. It's like, oh, when he was 10 years old, he stole a crane. He said the N-word. It's all a joke. It's all crap. This reeks of desperation. Robert De Niro literally reading off a script that was sent to him by the Biden administration. Is anyone going to take that seriously? It is really just an insult to our intelligence. And we've also got new polls that reveal, yes, Virginia is actually a swing state. It's not surprising considering Biden's approval rating. Let's take a look at these. General election, Biden +2, the exact same pollster. You bring in Kennedy, Stein, and West. Trump goes to +4. So I don't think it's that big of a gap in between when you bring everyone else in, but certainly West is going to take votes away from Biden. Kennedy, I'm still split on. I'm guessing he takes slightly more votes away from Biden, but that is a massive gap in terms of a 6-point difference when you bring in the third-party options. And then you do have that Virginia poll coming out, Biden and Trump tied. You bring everyone else in, Biden goes to +2, but Virginia at this point seemingly is turning into a swing state. Now, you would like 3 or 4 polls to possibly confirm that, but certainly good news for Trump. Make Biden invest more resources in that state. That's what you would want. And then how about Politico coming out and basically saying that Biden's advisors are screaming hysterically. They're freaking out. They can't cope with the idea of losing to Trump, and they see the writing on the wall. Biden apparently still doesn't believe the polls, but you're starting to see this separation between Biden's advisors and Biden himself, at least according to the reports. Biden completely delusional, thinking he still has a chance in terms of where we're at in this election. The advisors are like, dude, you've got the worst approval rating ever. You're losing all the polls to Trump. Trump's likability is even better than yours, even though you had a 13-point advantage in that and still only won by 40,000 votes in 2020. That election very easily could have went in Trump's favor, losing a few of those key swing states by less than a point. And the overall shift of the electorate now in 2024 speaks to the idea that they're moving up the debate. They're going to drug Biden up. I think one of the key main side effects for whatever they give Biden is he gets really angry. Whenever you see Biden in a debate setting, in a place where he has to talk a lot, he always gets very angry. Whatever they're giving him, evidently there's an effect where he gets mad and very irritable. But they move up the debate to June. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And then they say, well, it's because of mail-in voting, things like that. But why not have it in early August? It's because it's a trial period for Biden. They're going to reassess the situation. And you could get a situation where they still run Biden in 2024, but Kamala possibly gets replaced with Gavin Newsom. Then they can swing it and say, well, yeah, Biden's probably going to die in a few years or maybe soon, but we've got Gavin Newsom. It's all right. This is a big issue right now for the Democrats. You have Biden. He's ridiculously old. People are not fully convinced he can even last another 4 years. Certainly he can't last another 4 years functionally. The problem for the Democrats really starts to become the vice president, who is extremely hated by the vast majority of Americans, even more so than Biden. So it's not like you can install Kamala because she's even more hated. So maybe the better option would be to tell Kamala to step aside, bring in Newsom as the VP, and then you can say, look, we've got Newsom. He's going to be our guy. Yeah, Biden might croak, but we're just going to bring in Newsom after that. It's very clear. Many of Biden's advisors. That's why I really didn't believe that article a few weeks ago. It came out and it was like Biden and his advisors still confident. Well, how could his advisors be confident in any polling outside of maybe them thinking Trump gets convicted, and that's what they're waiting for. They want that conviction. It is such a joke and a sham. I don't even know what, and Vivek Ramaswamy came out with a tweet. What is Trump even being charged with? They had to elevate the crime in order to make it a felony. And honestly, that's not even the point. The point is that these people act like Trump is Hitler, and this is the best you can do, really? Falsifying business records. Yeah, he's the modern day Hitler, all right. I think they're realizing it's not going to matter, and it looks like Trump is not going to be charged, at least in the New York case. We'll see with the other cases. I don't think they're going to happen quickly enough before the election, but it is kind of scary when you think about these other cases with Trump. As we get closer and closer to the election, there could be a bombshell that comes out. I'm sure they're going to try and say some stuff. Obviously, we've got, and this is actually a good segue, and this doesn't surprise me at all. This was something I was saying 3 years ago. Political leaning of misinformation experts. So these people, I guess, will tell you what is misinformation. And of course, the word misinformation was brought into the vernacular by the Democrats to discredit anything they didn't like. They would label it disinformation. They don't have to explain it. It's misinformation. I'm not explaining why it's misinformation. It's just misinformation. The reality of the situation is it's misinformation to them because they don't believe in it. It's just like all the COVID stuff and how much crap was labeled misinformation that turned out to be true. They don't know if it's actually misinformation, but it doesn't go along with their narrative, so let's label it misinformation. And that word was totally hijacked, and nobody was even saying misinformation or disinformation very much back in 2016, 2017, 2018. You want to know misinformation? How about Donald Trump being a Russian agent? That was misinformation. Hillary Clinton with the dossier. Oh, she got a fine for that? Oh, she just got a fine. That's perfectly fine. But Trump, he's got to go to court every day for something that is significantly less in terms of severity. So right now, Biden apparently still not worried. His advisors screaming at him in the White House saying, listen, old man, you're going to lose. You need to do something. And now they are starting to push him out more. He's going to more events. He's talking. You know, he was in, what was he, in Philadelphia yesterday, trying to pander to black people. Oh, and this is another thing I wanted to mention. It's just like cheese with little mice. During the election season, they always roll out, oh, we're going to give people tax breaks now. They come out today and say a $10,000 break on your mortgage. It's funny, it's happening in 2024 in a year where they're losing and they're about to lose the election. Now they want to help the American people. Now they want to pay for the 24-year-old's liberal arts degree, which is another, that's another level of ridiculousness. These people act elite. They go to these colleges. They think they're better than everyone. And then we have to pay for their shit. Look, you can go to college. You can tell me the facts. College kids make more. You get a degree. That's fine. If you make more money, then pay for your shit. A degree, supposedly, according to these people, is an investment. You invest, you get a degree, and down the line, that will enable you to get jobs that will pay more money than if you didn't have a degree. But now we're supposed to also pay for your degree. So you can't have it both ways. The degree, you say, in essence, makes you more money down the road because it enables you to get higher paying jobs. But not only do you want the higher paying jobs, the taxpayers also have to supplement the degree and give you tax breaks, and Biden is coming out now, and I'm sure there's going to be more. Surprise! It's June of 2024. It's July of 2024. Just like you do with a little rodent, you give it some cheese, and oh, don't worry, I've been a terrible president for 4 years. The stock market is up, though. It's great. Don't pay attention to the inflation numbers. We're just going to print more money. And if the stock market keeps going up, it's going to save everyone. It's beautiful, even though the stock market going up really doesn't help everyday Americans. It more so helps rich people, but that's besides the point. It doesn't even matter if you actually look at the inflation data and adjust the stock market for inflation. It's gone up by about 1%. The numbers are literally inflated. The stock market is inflated because of inflation. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.